Hey guys, I'm Aldo, this is my kitchen, and today's episode we're gonna be making a Tex-Mex brisket. Now we all know the Central Texas way, salt, pepper, post oak wood. Today we're gonna be switching it up a little bit. We're gonna add some Mexican spices, we're gonna add some mesquite wood, and do a different take on this brisket, and a special surprise at the end. Follow along. So here is our brisket. This is a 10-pound brisket. We're gonna do a smaller brisket today, and we're just gonna be trimming off all of the fat and extra little pieces that we really don't wanna smoke. This piece right here is sticking out a little bit, so what we're gonna do is trim that off. We're trying to square up our brisket, so we're gonna get rid of parts that are just gonna burn if we do a smoke. That is perfect fat cap to render over our brisket. We're gonna smoke it with the fat side up. Now in the back, we have this piece of fat that really won't add any flavor or anything to the smoke. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to cut that off. We've removed the extra fat. We squared up our brisket. This is gonna go in the smoker. I'm just gonna go ahead and season this with some Tex-Mex spices. So I'm gonna make a special rub for this. To this cup, we're gonna add our salt, our pepper, garlic powder, cumin, and that cayenne. This is gonna add a little bit of that heat, just enough to bring out the pop of this brisket. And to this, we're just going to shake that up, mix it all up, incorporate everything. So now I am just going to lay this over. I'm just gonna be seasoning this brisket. We're gonna flip it over and do the other side. All right, now we're just gonna rub in all of our seasoning. We got both sides perfectly seasoned. Make sure you get some of the sides. Get this bad boy nice and seasoned. We're gonna put this bad boy in the smoker, and then we're gonna wrap it up in foil and put it in the oven. All right guys, so we have our wood started. We have our flame on. That is just gonna light the end of this, and it's gonna keep burning and smoking our brisket for about 4 to 6 hours. We have a pan here. I'm gonna put a little bit of water. We're just doing a little bit of a water pan so the brisket stays nice and moist. We're gonna put our grill on. And I'm gonna put the brisket on. Here is our Tex-Mex brisket. That brisket's gonna be so tender. We got perfect intramuscular marbling here. That's really gonna make this brisket really nice and juicy. This is perfect. We have our fire going. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on one side. So we're doing an offset smoke. So we have our fire going here. We have our meat on one side. I'm gonna put my grill at about halfway cracked. Gonna put it over the meat, so that's gonna smoke up, and all of that is gonna smoke our meat. This thing is ready to go for the next 4 hours. Okay guys, our brisket is about halfway done. As you can see, all of the wood is slowly catching fire. It is gonna continue smoking this. It's gonna develop a perfect bark, and we're just gonna let this go for another 2 hours. All right guys, so it's early in the morning right now, but we have just pulled out our brisket, and what you're gonna wanna do is wrap one side and then make sure the fat side is down, and then curl it up, turn it around, and wrap it again so the foil is pointing upwards. So wrap it up nice and tight, put it on a pan in case anything drips out, and put it in the oven. Okay guys, so our brisket is ready to be taken out. We've smoked it for 6 hours. Did 2 hours in the oven at 220. You can go up to 280 if you feel a little stall. But just go ahead and test that brisket. Just push down on it with your finger. If it feels nice and tender, that means it's ready. So we're just gonna pull our brisket out. So we're just gonna let this rest. If you were to take off the foil right now, it would lose all its steam and everything would just spill out. So we're gonna go ahead and let this rest for about 30 minutes and we're gonna be making a special tortilla. So follow along. All right, guys, so we're gonna make a nice, simple salsa to go with our brisket. Okay, so we've let our tortilla dough rest for 30 minutes and our dough looks perfect. I'm gonna flour our countertop. Oh my God, this is so supple. What we're gonna do is we're gonna split this in half. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll out this giant tortilla. And we're gonna go a little crazy here. We're gonna make a giant whole brisket taco. Okay, so our wok, it's at a smoke point. So what we're gonna do is add a little bit of that beef tallow. And we are gonna drape our tortilla over it. But you can see all of that is puffing up. That is the perfect mixture of everything that make that tortilla do exactly what it's doing here. All right, guys, so we flipped our tortilla. We have beautiful browning. We are going to unravel our brisket, our key component to this monster taco. Okay, so we're just gonna butter our tortilla just to help it stretch. This is a big ass tortilla. Oh yeah, buddy. That is a Tex-Mex brisket. Here we go. Oh yeah, that is perfect. All right, so we're gonna add this to our tortilla. Oh. All right, this whopping bad boy is about a 6-pound brisket. We have it in our flour tortilla with brisket fat. We're just gonna lay it on a little bit of this spicy salsa. And you know the deal. I'm gonna go in, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Please don't forget, like, follow, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.